Hi everyone, in this session we will discuss about Android architecture. Okay, so we are discussing about Android architecture. So this is the rough architecture of Android operating system. The Android operating system is a stack of software components which is roughly divided into 5 sections and 4 layers as shown in the figure. Okay, so we will discuss each in detail. Okay. So first we will start with the Linux kernel. So at the bottom of the layer, we have Linux kernel. So Linux 3.6 with approximately 115 patches were there. We have approximately 115. Approximately we have around 115 patches were there, and this Linux kernel provides a level of abstraction between the device hardware and it contains all essential hardware drivers like, we have seen display drivers, keyboard drivers, keypad drivers, camera driver, Wi-Fi driver, etc. We have different drivers. It contains all the essential hardware drivers like camera, keypad, okay, Wi-Fi driver, etc. Okay, all the kernel handles all the things that Linux is really good at, such as networking and a vast array of device drivers which take the pain out of interfacing to peripheral hardware. Okay, so in that way this Linux kernel acts as a network interface also. Okay, so next, coming to the second one, it is libraries. If you see, on top of Linux kernel, okay, there is a set of libraries including open source web browser engine WebKit. See, open source web browser engine WebKit, and well-known libraries we have SQLite database. Okay, SQLite database, WebKit we have. Okay, we have all those different varieties of libraries are there. Okay, framework libraries. Okay, and we have SQLite database, which is useful repository for storage and sharing of application data. Okay, and we have different libraries to play and record audio and video. We have SSL libraries responsible for internet security, etc. So all these libraries, so we have different libraries and all these have their own importance. Okay, one for audio and video players, and one for providing internet and its security. Okay, and one for database or storage, like that. Each and every library has its own importance. Okay, and coming to the Android library. Libraries. So this category encompasses. This category consists of Java-based libraries that are specific to Android development. Okay, and some of the examples of this library includes application framework. So this is one of the example for Android libraries. This application framework library is in addition to those that facilitate user interface building, like graphics drawing and database access, like that. So a summary of some key core Android libraries available to the Android developer are, they are nothing but Android.app, Android.app. Okay, these are some of the examples: Android.app, Android.content, Android.database, Android.opengl, Android.os, Android.text, Android.view, Android.widget, Android.webkit, etc. All those are different examples. If you see Android.app, okay, if you see Android.app. So what is the use of Android.app? It provides access to the application model and is the cornerstone of all Android applications. That is the use of this Android.app. Coming to the second one is Android.content. Android.content. So it facilitates content access, publishing and messaging between applications and application components. That is the use of Android.content. The third one is Android.database. Android.database. So the Android.database, it is used to access data published by content providers and includes SQLite database management classes also. Okay, that is the use of Android.database. Next one is Android.OpenGL. Android.OpenGL. So what is this? This is a Java interface to the OpenGL ED graphics rendering API. So it's an application interface used for graphics rendering. Okay. And next one is Android.OS. Android.OS. So it provides applications with access to standard operating system services, including messages, system services, and IPC, inter-process communication. That is the use of this Android.OS. Next one is Android.text. Android.text. So it is used to render and manipulate text on a device display. It is used to render and manipulate text on a device display. Okay. Next one is Android.view. Android.view. So the fundamental building block of application user interface is nothing but the Android view. So Android view is nothing but it's a fundamental building block of application user interfaces. Okay. Next one is Android.widget. Android.widget. So this is nothing but it's a rich collection of pre-built user interface components such as buttons, label, list views, layout, manager, radio buttons, etc. So all these constitutes of Android widget. Okay. So different labels, different buttons, different radio buttons, etc. Layouts, all those constitutes this Android widget. Last one is Android.webkit. So the Android.webkit is nothing but it's a set of classes intend to allow web browsing capabilities to be built into applications. So it is nothing but it's a set of classes intended to allow web browsing capabilities to build an application. Okay. So these are something about them. Next we'll go back. So next we have Android Runtime also. So what is Android Runtime? So Android Runtime is nothing but it is in the third section. Okay, Android Runtime. If you observe Android Runtime. So here we have Android Runtime. So Android Runtime here in this section, it provides a key component called DVM. DVM is nothing but Dalvik Virtual Machine. DVM. Dalvik Virtual Machine. Okay. So the Dalvik Virtual Machine, what it is nothing but it's a kind of Java virtual machine, especially designed and optimized exclusively for Android operating system. Okay, or Android. Okay. So this DVM is it is just like a Java virtual machine in Android. Okay. So the DVM makes use of Linux core features like memory management and multi-threading, okay, which is intrinsic in Java language. Okay, and the DVM, it also enables every Android application to run on its own process with its own instance of DVM, Dalvik Virtual Machine. Okay, so the Android runtime it also provides a set of core libraries which enable Android application developers to write Android applications using standard Java programming language. So that is the specialty of Android runtime. Okay. Next, coming to the application framework. We'll go back to the application framework. The application framework layer, it provides many higher level services. It provides many higher level services to the applications in the form of Java classes. Okay. So the Android framework, it includes how many things like activity manager, window manager, content provider, view system, etc. We have different applications for that. We will discuss some of the applications. If you see the activity manager, so what is the use of activity manager? Activity manager controls all aspects of the application lifecycle and activity stack. So his role is to control all aspects of the application lifecycle and activity stack. That is the main purpose of activity manager. Coming to the content provider, if you see the content provider allows applications to publish and share data with other applications. So his job is to allow applications to publish and share data with other applications. So that is the purpose of content provider. Coming to the resource manager. We have one more person like resource manager. So what is the use of resource manager? His job is to provide access to non-code embedded resources such as strings, color settings and user interface layouts. That is his role. Come to the notifications manager. We have notification manager. We are discussing only some of the applications. Coming to the notification manager. So his job is to allow applications to display alerts and notifications to the user. The name itself, notification manager, will send notifications and some alarms to the user. Coming to the view system. View system is nothing but where it is, view system. The view system, what it will do is, it's an extensible set of views used to create application user interface. That is the use of that. Okay. So these are some of the applications we have discussed. Next, coming to the next thing is Android application components. So the Android application components are the essential building blocks of an Android application, and these components are loosely coupled by the application manifest. Okay. So for example, if you take file Android manifest.xml, okay, it describes each component of the application and how they are interacted or how they interact. Okay. So here we are going to discuss some components which are used within the Android application. So in the application we will discuss some of the components. For example, if you see activities, what is the use of activities? They dictate the user interface and handle the user interaction to the smartphone screen. That is the use of activities. So what is the use of activities? First one is activity. What is the use of activity? So here they dictate the user interface and handle the user interaction to the smartphone screen. That is the use of these activities. And second one is services. So they handle background processing associated with an application. Okay, they process background processing associated with an application. The third one is broadcast receivers. So they handle communication between Android operating system and applications. That's the main use of this broadcast receiver. Next one is content providers. So what's the use of content providers? They handle data and database management issues. What is the use of content provider? They manage or they handle data as well as database management issues will be dealt by them. Okay. So, and coming to the activities, still if you want to discuss in detail about activity, so activities, they represent a single screen with a user interface. In short, activity performs actions to the screen. For example, an email application might have one activity that shows a list of new mails. Another activity to compose an email. Suppose if you are working on email, we have different activities. One is to send a new mail, to check the mails which were received, and to check the mails which we have sent, and to check the mails which were in the draft emails. Like that, we have number of activities. That's what the author is telling. Okay. So an activity is implemented as a subclass of activity class. Okay, it can be implemented in such a fashion, right? And coming to services, a service is nothing but it's a component that runs in the foreground. That runs in the background to perform long-running operations. A service component is nothing but it runs in the background to perform long-running operations. For example, a service might play music in the background while the user in the different application, okay, he might be doing some other activity in the right. So in the background, a music may be playing. That is the example for service. Coming to the broadcast receivers. So broadcast receivers simply respond to broadcast messages from other applications. So here the best example is the applications can also initiate a broadcast to let other applications know that some data has been downloaded to the device and is available for them to use. So this broadcast receiver who will interact with this communication and will initiate that intercept. Okay, who will intercept this communication and will initiate appropriate actions. Okay. So, and last one is content provider. Content provider is nothing but a content provider component supplies data from one application to others on request. Okay, suppose if anybody keeps a request to the content provider requesting that they need so and so resource or so and so data, this content provider will accept or will send that required data, right? That is about content provider. Okay. So in addition to this, we have some additional components. In addition to all these, in addition to this structure of Android, we have some additional components. So they are nothing but fragments, views, layout, intent, resources, manifest, etc. Okay. So with this, we will wind up the architecture of Android or Android architecture. Okay. Thank you.